Welcome back to the channel. Let's dive into something crucial when it comes to altcoin investing that many newcomers often overlook: market capitalization. Now, the problem with a lot of these coins is exactly that, their market cap. Because believe it or not, opportunity lies in the market cap. It's not just about the hype or the token price, it's about how much room there is for real, exponential growth. The lower the market cap, the greater the upside potential for those aiming to achieve truly life-changing returns. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor, and all opinions expressed are my own. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Cryptocurrency markets are highly volatile. Invest only what you can afford to lose. Think about it. You're not going to get those 100x or even 50x gains from altcoins already sitting comfortably in the top 100 by market cap. Don't get me wrong, there are exceptions. There are still a handful of top 100 coins with serious utility, real use cases, and passionate communities that might have another 5x or 10x left in them. But for the most part, if a coin's market cap is north of $15 billion, the window for explosive returns starts to shrink considerably. And that's exactly why smart money, or at least those looking for asymmetric risk-reward, are increasingly turning their attention to newer, smaller-cap projects like ZBCN. Why? Because ZBCN currently sits with a market cap under $1 billion. That's relatively cheap in the world of crypto, where valuations can balloon overnight if a project catches fire on social media or gets picked up by a major influencer or institution. Let's take a quick detour and check the Fear and Greed Index. Right now, we're sitting at a perfect 50, neutral territory. Just yesterday, we were leaning into greed, and in my video yesterday, I even predicted this shift back to neutral because the market wasn't showing strong bullish momentum. Bitcoin slipped a couple $1,000s and the panic sellers came out in force. That's just how this game goes. But let me ask you, when you see ZBCN dipping, what's your first reaction? Do you panic? Do you rush to sell? Or do you take a deep breath, sit back and think, hey, this is just part of the game. Let it play out. Let me know your mindset in the comments. I'm curious to hear how the community processes dips in price. Now on to some major news. ZBCN getting listed on. Yeah, some folks scoffed at that because it's not Binance or Coinbase, but you're missing the point. Exposure is everything. The more listings, the more people around the world can access ZBCN easily, and that means more liquidity, more buyers, and ultimately more momentum. These small exchange listings are often precursors to something bigger. And yes, I do believe that with enough community support, enough buzz, and a compelling story, ZBCN has a real shot at getting listed on Binance or Coinbase in the future. It's not guaranteed, but it's a possibility. And in crypto, even a possibility is enough to send prices flying. So don't sleep on what might look like a minor listing. Every step counts. Let me put this into perspective. Even people who are trashing ZBCN publicly are watching closely. They're refreshing their CoinMarketCap apps every hour because deep down they know if ZBCN gets a big listing, if it makes headlines, they'll be the first ones FOMOing in. Now let's break down a fascinating article I came across. The headline was eye-catching. Can Zebec Network extend its 440% rally into June? According to the article, ZBCN is up 440% in just the last 30 days. That kind of rally isn't random. The bullish EMA alignment and strong ADX readings suggest that this isn't just a pump, it's sustained upward momentum. The BB trend reading of 16.64 shows cooling off, but it's still holding a bullish tone. Even after a pullback, the trend has stayed intact for 13 consecutive days. That's no joke. Short-term traders might see the dip as a red flag, but seasoned investors recognize it as consolidation, a healthy sign that suggests limited downside risk. The bulls are still in control, especially if ZBCN can break above the 0.069 resistance level again. Some charts even show it briefly hitting 0.070 depending on your data source. As of right now, ZBCN is trading around 0.0059, down just 1% on the day. That gives it a market cap of about $474 million. And here's where things get wild. Just a month ago, this project was sitting at a $75 million market cap. That's over 300% growth in just 4 weeks. But even after all that growth, ZBCN is still considered a small-cap project. That means it still has plenty of upside left. A coin doesn't go from $75 million to $475 million and then stop there. With the right combination of news, exchange listings, and community support, it can easily double or triple again. And look, I keep bringing up comparisons to XLM for a reason. Stellar, the OG cross-border payments coin, currently sits at an $8.3 billion market cap. Imagine ZBCN reaching even half of that. That's over a 10x from today's levels. And if ZBCN carves out a unique niche with real-world use cases, why couldn't it eventually rival or even surpass XLM? Let's also talk about community sentiment, because in crypto, hype is half the battle. Right now, 87% of traders and holders are bullish on ZBCN. That's huge. Momentum and emotion drive markets in this space. When 87% of people are on the same side of the trade, that's a sign that the community is strong and cohesive. Also, let's not forget the number of reputable exchanges where you can already trade ZBCN. KuCoin, Crypto.com, Bitmart, Gate.io, MayXC, OKX, BitTrue, the list goes on. You're not limited to some sketchy backdoor site to buy this thing. It's already globally accessible, and that's a big deal. Now let's go deeper into price action. If you've been following ZBCN closely, you'll notice a fascinating pattern. The token tends to make a new all-time high, then it pulls back for about 24 hours. Then it does it again, a new all-time high, followed by a 24-hour cooldown. Right now, we're in that cooldown phase, but the bullish structure remains intact. Check the chart. The price recently fell to 0.54, and if you rewind the tape, you'll see that the previous resistance was right around 0.0052. And what happens in technical analysis? Previous resistance becomes support. That's exactly what we're seeing here, a textbook bullish structure, Dean. So even if we don't hit a new all-time high today, it's okay. The trajectory is still upward. Higher highs and higher lows. That's what we want. We want confirmation that bulls are defending their territory. Let's also look at momentum indicators. On May 19th, a bullish momentum signal fired, and since then, we haven't dipped back into bearish territory. If you're using trading tools like the Trader Says indicator, you'll know this helps identify when momentum shifts from bearish to bullish and vice versa. Right now, we're still firmly in that bullish zone. Now, word of caution, I always stress this: stick to your trading strategy. Never let emotions override your game plan. Bullish or not, disciplined trading is what separates profitable investors from bag holders. Have your take profit levels. Set your stop losses. Don't YOLO in because some influencer screamed moon. Speaking of positioning, ZBCN is currently ranked number 115 on CoinMarketCap. That's noteworthy because coins ranked 101 to 200 typically fly under the radar. But once a project enters the top 100, that's when it becomes visible on the home screen, on crypto bubbles, and in auto-sorted lists used by researchers and analysts. Visibility equals volume. Volume equals price movement. When ZBCN enters the top 100, and I believe it's just a matter of time, it's going to catch fire. Traders scanning for top 100 breakouts will see it. Bots will pick it up. Momentum chasers will FOMO in. It's the kind of milestone that often precedes a massive second wave of rally. Also, look around the space. Right now, while some coins are struggling to break out of their sideways slumps, ZBCN is still putting up green candles. Compare that to the broader market, and you'll realize ZBCN isn't just riding the tide, it's setting its own trend. Now, before I wrap up, I just want to emphasize a few final points. ZBCN is still very much in price discovery mode. That's a powerful place to be. Community strength and bullish sentiment are vital tailwinds. A sub-billion market cap means plenty of room to grow. Exchange exposure is growing fast. SolSex may not be Binance, but it's a door. The technicals suggest bullish continuation, not exhaustion. So, if you're invested, stay smart. Stick to your plan. If you're on the sidelines, consider what role a high-upside, high-risk project like ZBCN might play in your overall portfolio. And as always, do your own research. I'm here to help guide, but your conviction must come from your own analysis. Crypto rewards the curious, the disciplined, and the early entry. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts below. Do you think ZBCN hits the top 50 this year? And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay sharp, stay patient, and stay bullish.